Hello, English 101 students. This is your professor, Michael Bloomingberg, and I want to welcome you to week 11 of the spring 2017 semester, and I hope everything is going well for you. The purpose of this video is to walk you through the new research paper that you're going to be working on, and also to remind you of your rewrite opportunity and make sure that everything is clear regarding that rewrite opportunity. So as always, I'm on Blackboard, and instead of starting on course content as I usually do, I'm going to scroll down and look at the rewrite opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now, just to make sure you're clear, there will be three essays that you're going to be working on in addition to the final. And so far, you have completed two of those. You have completed the summary as well as the critique. Now, if you've already used your rewrite opportunity on the summary, just feel free to disregard this part because remember you only have one rewrite opportunity. So if you've already taken that opportunity, you can't use any more rewrites, but if you've still got your rewrite opportunity to use, I want to let you know that the critique rewrite, which you just submitted this week, the rewrite opportunity is going to be due on Sunday, April 9th. That's about a week and a half from the time that this video is being made. Now, I'm still updating comments in the Grade Center, which should be done in the next couple of days. So it'll give you a full week at the very least to make any changes that you need to regarding your critique. And then that same opportunity will apply for the research paper, which you're just starting work on this week. But I'll fill you in with more details. And again, if it's not clear regarding how the rewrite works, just feel free to contact me. You can email me. Might be the best way to do that. But I wanted to draw your attention to that. And now that you hopefully have some clarity regarding the rewrite opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and click on course content, and I'm going to click on the week 11 folder. We'll start with the assignment sheet, and we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up as a Word document, and we can take a look at that. Okay, so not really anything new in terms of reading, but what, from the textbook at least, from the Inquiry to Academic Writing book, but what you're going to be doing instead is doing some research on opposing viewpoints, and in particular looking at the society and culture portion of the database. Now, I've put the assignment sheet on there. We'll take a look at that in just a minute along with the draft plan. And the discussion board assignment is to talk a little bit about where you plan to go with the paper. So now that we've looked at that, I'm going to go back. Let's take a look at the actual paper and spend just a minute looking at that. Just pull it up as a PDF this time for the sake of time. So it says what you're going to be asked to do is use opposing viewpoints as a starting point for research. Now, I don't want you to use Google or any other outside sources other than what you find in the database. If you do find something you think you can use, you just need to contact me, and I'm happy to talk with you about it. But the problem with Google is that you're not always going to find reliable sources, whereas in the database, Opposing Viewpoints, you will find reputable published sources. And with some oversight, I am allowing you to choose your research topic in society and culture, but you cannot write about abortion, pornography, and marijuana, so leave those off the table. Everything else we'll negotiate with, and this week you are actually beginning the process of choosing your topic. You also need to develop a persuasive stance, and remember that you're trying to convince your reader of something about your topic. And not everything is just I'm for or I'm against. Look closely at the assignment sheet there. Keep track of all source information. You're required to have 3 sources, but no more than 4. Also, MLA documentation is required on this 4-page essay. Deadlines are listed. April 2nd is the discussion board assignment with your topic and stated stance. The following week, April 9th, is the draft plan. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And April 16th is the research paper draft that's due. So that's a little bit of information on the assignment sheet. Now going back where you found the assignment sheets, you can also find the draft plan. Pull that up to take a look. It's not radically different than the previous two that you've worked on. The only big difference is instead of looking at a writer or a series of writers, you are looking at yourself as the writer in terms of what your research topic and main argument will be. You're providing overview of your selected topic, including controversy. You're listing some of the research that you've conducted in opposing viewpoints and the key points, etc. And you're addressing who your audience is in the paper and how you will show an awareness of audience along with the counter argument. So look at that closely, and again, if you have questions, just feel free to let me know. But again, draft plan is not due this week. It's actually due the following week, so you'll want to note that. Okay, opposing viewpoints, and this is one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video this week. This link here where I have my cursor is a direct link into opposing viewpoints. Now, if you find that you have any problems opening it, there are directions posted down below that if you need to try to get into opposing viewpoints manually. I'll walk you through both ways. The direct link's easy. Now, because I'm here on campus and I'm a faculty member, this is my computer. When I click this link, it's just going to take me straight in. Now, for you as a student, you might have to put in your KCTCS username and password. It's the same username and password that you use to check your email, to log into Blackboard, so on and so forth. But for me, it should just be a click. And voila, I'm into opposing viewpoints. This is what the database looks like, by the way. And all you want to do is scroll down here at the bottom where you can see my cursor moving to Society and Culture. And you just want to click View All. That'll bring up a full listing of the topics that you can explore. And there are many, many, many topics. It may take some time just to look them over. I'm going to click on one at random. Let's look at body image, just to kind of show you how the database works. It may take it just a minute to log in, but as it's loading into that particular part of the database, the thing to realize is that there is an overview. I don't know if it's going to let me in or not, but there is an overview, and that's just where you get a general sense of the topic. There it goes. There's your overview, and you can click View More, and that's really a good place to start in terms of just getting familiar with the topic and the controversy. Featured viewpoints, for this one there are 5. These numbers always fluctuate depending on the topic. That's written by specialists in the field. They're usually representing 2 different viewpoints to the topic. The viewpoints themselves, there are 79 that range all across the board with that topic. There are academic journals. The academic journals are really written for experts in the field. There are audios, there are news articles, images. There are 495 news articles, 50 magazines, so on and so forth. And the cool thing is if you just click on one, it will give you the full article. This one, for example, is from Mental Health Weekly Digest from August 3rd, 2015. And if you scroll down, the other cool thing, and I'll make a video about this soon, but there is actually a source citation that you can use that will help you with the MLA on that. So that's actually pretty cool. And no, I don't want to complete the survey, so I'll not click on that. And that's kind of how the database works. It's actually pretty cool. And again, you're just going through this week and trying to determine which one you want to use. Now, I'm going to go to the Summerset homepage and walk you through manually, because if you go back here, you can click and find the instructions if the direct link doesn't work for you. What you'll do from the Summerset homepage is click Academics, Down in the notebook paper portion, you'll click Learning Commons Library. And this again is all in the instructions for you. And you'll click Databases. And the very top one is General Research. You'll click that to click Opposing Viewpoints. And again, I'm back in the database. So find the way that works best for you to get into that particular database. Last but not least, here's your discussion board assignment this week. Some of you have already started posting, and that's great. It just says, please make sure that you reviewed Society and Culture listing of research topics and opposing viewpoints before you complete this discussion assignment. Once you've done so, answer the following. What would you like to choose as your topic for the research paper? Have you started researching the information and opposing viewpoints to find support? What is your argument? And what do you think will be the biggest challenge in writing the paper? And you can see, that your deadline on that is April 2nd. This is a big project, so if you have questions, let me know. But I just wanted to show you opposing viewpoints and a little bit how it works. So if you have questions, email me. But otherwise, good luck, guys. Take care.